Hello, I will present you my brioche recipe that I garnish with chocolate spread that was Nutella. Before starting the recipe, there are several things to anticipate, such as the yeast that must be allowed to melt in warm milk. So here I stir and then I'll let it melt quietly while I prepare the rest next. Well, I also cut the butter that I let melt a little, that it is tender and easy to work after I start the real recipe, or I will mix the flour with the sugar. I mix well because the yeast must not come into direct contact with the sugar, otherwise it will deactivate the yeast. I broke my 3 eggs and directly I incorporate them to my preparation. And I spill the milk. So there the yeast, it has melted the milk. Well, it is smooth with the yeast immediately directly in the mixer. We don't wait. I also add vanilla flavor to flavor the brioche and avoid yeast smells. I took back my half salted butter that I add to my preparation so I don't melt the butter. We put it directly, we let it relax a little, and there we add it little by little and we wait until the dough is very smooth. Feel free to stop, watch, and hand over to the drummer. So here I stopped, the dough is very smooth, so I'm going to see you, I'm going to taste the dough so you really have an idea of the expected texture. This is the texture anyway. Well, a little sticky, but very firm. So it works well, and so here I am very happy with my dough. It remains more than to let it rest, so it depends if you have time. Well, let 3 hours, put in a dry place, a cloth over dry. I was in a bit of a hurry. I wanted to eat my brioche the same day, so I put it in the oven directly without anything. Well, I put it in the oven for about 120, but at 40 degrees. So there you go. So I turn on my oven. It's automatically at 200 deg. I cut it down to 40 degrees. You can leave your dough in the oven at 40 deg for 1 hour and do something else and come back. So I prepared my mold, oil or butter, and then you put flour. I took out my dough, you can see that it swelled. There we can clearly see the bubbles, and so I'm going to rework my dough while I prepare my work plan because it remains a little sticky. Already, even if on the finger it is sticky, it still works well. It doesn't stick so much, so I flour anyway, and I knead my dough by hand. If you have a good knife or something well adapted, I take my usual knife, the one I use for a little bit of everything, and I make small parts to go faster. And so I made several small balls to then after garnish my brioche, the balls. At one point I even did sometimes jam balls, chocolate balls, so today it was all chocolate. So you flatten well, you take a good tablespoon of chocolate to Nutella. I even put two because in fact everything does not fall at once and you fold in four. So there you go, you fold, you close all the exits there and then you have the method. Here I pinch. Here I am, I can also do directly in the hands. I have the ball reworked in the hands or on the work surface, and therefore, and there it is. The first one is made. I put it in the small mold just here for the example to show you. And so after I did everything else at once, and then, well, here I am, I arranged my little balls. So there you saw it completely degassed. So same process, I go back to the oven and therefore there to go faster, to have less time. Ideally it would be to wait the next day. Actually to cook it, I separated the yolks and the white of an egg and added a little milk, a tablespoon, so I mix it all. It's to work on the shine of Ben of your brioche. In general, I put nothing at all. I absolutely don't need it. After a long process, your brioche has turned out fantastic. Golden, evenly cooked to perfection. You can use milk or whey, and it works just as wonderfully. For instance, I combined egg yolk and milk, then baked it in the oven at precisely 170 degrees for 25 minutes, ensuring optimal texture and flavor. After letting it properly cool down on my sturdy wooden board, I indulged. Initially planning to eat one brioche for the camera, I ended up savoring two instead. The delightful brioche quickly became a disappearing treat at home, loved by everyone.